Yeah, well, let's layer hypocrisy, as you are hinting at with Mayor de Blasio, to this problem for today. The New York City mayor has taken some serious heat from local leaders who say he targeted the entire Jewish community after the mayor condemned a large gathering for a rabbi's funeral. Mayor de Blasio tweeted this: "My message to the Jewish community and all communities is this simple. The time for warnings has passed. I have instructed the NYPD to proceed immediately to summons or even arrest those who gather in large groups. This is about stopping this disease and saving lives, period." However, a Jewish city councilman went after the mayor and tweeted this: "Mr. Mayor, your words are unacceptable. To condemn our entire community over one group of people is something you would not do to any other ethnic group, and I know you long enough to know that you know this." The mayor this morning had a response. He says he's sorry if he said anything hurtful, but that has no regrets about calling out danger. Lisa, I come to you. And I saw this in real time last night at 9:35, and there was, here was my thought. If you take out the word Jewish people and put in Christian, put in women, put in blacks, wow.
Absolutely. And I think it's also sensitive because prior to the coronavirus, we had seen a rise in anti-Semitism in New York City. So I think that is particularly sensitive there. But look, I think it's very unfortunate where we have seen some of these leaders use the coronavirus as an opportunity for power and to say potentially, inappropriate things like this. And you saw de Blasio also, he warned churches and synagogues and said, if you do not comply with what I'm saying, I'm going to shut you down permanently. I mean, that is scary for someone like de Blasio to say. So I'm glad people are paying attention to this, and I think they should be paying attention to this.
Can
Jessica,
I just say
absolutely,
that
Sure.
I'm sorry, I look at these pictures and all I can think is, we have sent him over and over pictures of the subway. People who have to ride the subway every day, there are so many homeless people on the subway crowded next to each other, coughing, sick, in the subway stations, and so many people have brought it to the mayor's attention. So many people have called his helpline, sent videos, tweeted videos, begged for help. You have MTA workers getting sick. You have our healthcare workers on the subway. And he doesn't even address that. He doesn't go anywhere near it. He's not doing anything about it. And when I saw the tweet last night about this, I thought, are you really going to call out a group of people who's sitting together and yet you're going to ignore days and headlines and front pages of subways. People can't go back to work because of the subways. He's nowhere on that. It makes me so angry.
We're having a big conversation in this country, though, about religious freedom right now. We're having a conversation about the Bill of Rights. We've got the Attorney General, William Barr, who's looking at the situation and saying, what are points of interest for overreach? Jessica, I never thought in this country I would look up and see someone call for the roundup of Jewish people in America. I mean, of anybody, but particularly our Jewish community. And my husband is Jewish. I know your family. I mean, can you even believe it?
No, it was definitely a Sunday night Tuesday night, Jewish shock to see that tweet. And I was surprised because Mayor de Blasio is not someone who's actually known for making those kinds of comments about the Jewish community and has been very responsive to the well-documented rise of anti-Semitism that Lisa mentioned a few minutes ago. He's backpedaled on it. I do appreciate that. There's a conversation to be had about the intention of what was going on there. This is a Hasidic community. A sacred rabbi had passed away. They wanted to find some way to continue to conduct their rituals. They thought they could do it outside. They brought masks. They had actually talked to local government about this. I've heard the mayor's office was actually aware. It went terribly wrong, and I think it is a health message that people should learn from this, that you can't work around by having a socially distanced funeral or service or whatever it is, that at this particular moment, unfortunately, we have to completely change our behaviors, even if it means for a deeply religious community to not be able to honor one of their rabbis. And that's unfortunate. And I know that people are disappointed that they were doing Easter service over
But to
Zoom.
handle it this way is what people are talking about today. I mean, we've seen this over and over. It's personal responsibility. You've got to socially distance. These are agreed upon guidelines for keeping us all safe, and I get that. But here's the mayor, just so we get it, here's what he said in response. If in my passion and in my emotion I said something that was hurtful, I'm sorry about that. He added, I have no regrets about calling out this danger and saying we're going to deal with it very, very aggressively. That's per CBS News, quoting him from his Twitter feed.